Hello everybody, this is a review of the Dasung Paperlike Pro 2019 Touch. First of all, I'm sorry I'm not an English speaker, so maybe the English a little bit off. Secondly, don't have a good camera. Thirdly, I've been using this product here for about a month now, and I think I've gathered enough information for a review. And first of all, let's jump right to the summary. So I think Dasung Paperlike Pro 2019 Touch, or just Dasung Paperlike franchise in general, is an amazing execution of the e-ink monitor concept. They have a high refresh rate, good compatibility, high customization, and good customer support from Dasung. However, there are two major problems with this whole Dasung Paperlike franchise. Is that first, the screen size is not big enough. Secondly, the price tag is just so high. It's about 5,000 Chinese dollar, and this is provided that you are buying it from an event, and also maybe you are choosing a lower end device. So yeah, this is not cheap at all. But I like this product a lot, so I will recommend this product to whoever have high enough income to support this monitor, and who also do a lot of office work, like you look at the monitor for a long period of time, like programmers. So with that out of the way, let's go to the topic that I want to cover. So I'm so sorry that my whole thing will be very long, so because I have so much to share about this topic, because there ain't enough information about this product and this concept in general in the internet, so I want to cover a little bit more. So yeah, let's jump to it. So about e-ink, why it is good. So what is e-ink? E-ink is a technology that's like don't use LED, so it is very good for your eye. And like this is a concept, I don't actually have a e-ink before this product, and after I have this product, I can rest assured show you that this is actually much more relieving to the eye than looking straight to a normal monitor like the one behind you. Yeah, and this is something about blue light and something like that. So while I was editing this video, I found that I really want to further elaborate on the point why e-ink is relieving to the eye, and is it good compared to a traditional monitor like this one here. So I want to compare to a traditional monitor, but with everything set to cater to be as relieving to the eyes as possible, like this one. This traditional monitor, but I already set the night mode, so make sure that it is don't emit blue light, and also I use mostly black background. And if I do it like that, actually this one is already very nice to my eyes. Although the e-ink monitor is much nicer, not much nicer, is very nice. But this one is nice. It's actually not bad for my eyes to stare at this for a long time. So, but if you stare at a white background, then there is another story. So bottom line is, if you can somehow configure your workspace everything to black, then maybe e-ink might not be a huge upgrade for you. But if your workflow include a lot of opening white background, then probably e-ink will be a very big upgrade for you. Yeah, let's go back to the video. So, but with the current e-ink technology, there is some problem. The current technology only support black and white, so black, white, and this is a problem for some of you like designer or something like that. No, this actually support color, but some of the monitor actually support color, but the color one usually don't have good reputation, like they are not very nice or something like that. So yeah, currently black and white is mostly what the e-ink can capable of. And also there is a refresh rate issue for this type of product. Like you see, when I move the mouse is not smooth. It's not very smooth. It's actually a little bit of jitter, and depends on your type of e-ink product, the jittering might be a little bit bad, or a little bit worsen, or a little bit improved. Yeah, but there's definitely a refresh rate problem for this type of product. Also, a shadow problem. If I scroll this very fast and move to a page with whiteness, you might be able to see that there is some shadow here, and this will worsen if you use a black background and white text. And this is very important in the upcoming points, because black background and white text is very bad. It doesn't work properly. I will show you later on. So with this cover the e-ink technology, I'll cover the e-ink monitor, why it's good. For the normal e-ink product like Kindle or something like that, you can only read like PDF or like very like other document or something like that, or very brief website browsing. But with e-ink monitor, you can now also read and type things like your normal desktop, and that is very nice for programmer and like website browsing or writing a sophisticated document, because you can't do it with your Kindle. I think from my research, you can't do it. You can't do programming in your Kindle. So this is very nice. And some problem, you need to learn about this type of monitor. It's not like normal monitor you can plug and play. This is true because with this type of monitor, if you want to play a video, it's basically not really possible. And yeah, and the monitor will degrade from time to time due to the e-ink properties. This is from my research. I found that some probably claim that, which is I think it's true, that the e-ink, something like that, will degrade from time to time, so it will become worse, and the changing will become less smooth and something like that. So you need to be more worried about that. After I cover the e-ink monitor, let's go to the Dasung Paperlike. So why Dasung Paperlike, the whole franchise, is good? Because at least for this one, they have high refresh rate. I've heard from the other people that other products from this franchise also have good enough refresh rate. And with good enough refresh rate, we can do editing. We can do editing, and we can watch things without the text being way too jitter to use. And this is nice. And Dasung Paperlike have good compatibility. They work for Windows, Linux. Linux is very nice for programmer or Linux enthusiasts, and also Mac OS. I don't have Mac OS myself, so I can't prove it, but I've used Windows, and this is a Linux system, so Linux and Windows, I can prove that it definitely works. And this scrolling, although needs some adjustment, works for Linux, Windows, but not Mac. And also you need to buy the one with scroll, of course, with touch, of course. And let's go to the next one. Yeah, Dasung Paperlike have high enough customization. What I mean is that they have buttons here, and you can click it, and it will make adjustment to the screen, so you can watch, so you can look at something that have high refresh rate or low refresh rate, high brightness, something like that. Yes, so the customization can allow you to actually use this product. And next point, good customer support from Dasung. So the problem I have with this monitor previously is that my this laptop here is okay because it supports HDMI, and my laptop is using HDMI, so it's good. But from the one in my office is using display ports, and I don't know. At first I thought it's using HDMI, but definitely it's not using DisplayPort. And when I buy a converter myself, I can't make it to work, and I'm disappointed. But when I asked Dasung, they provide me the information about which converter I need to buy, and I bought it, and it worked like a charm at my office. So it's nice because I bought it specifically to make sure that my eyes can relieve doing office work. Yeah, so good customer support. So they definitely know what they are doing. So yeah, good, pretty stable. I don't have stability problem with this monitor right now for a month of usage. Highly portable. This thing can be lifted up with 2 fingers, no problem. So this is a very light things. Okay. This is a light monitor, not a heavy one. So you can bring it from home to work. I do it multiple times a week. So I think it's very good. And I find it pretty resilient, although I didn't drop it, but I do bring it from home to office, and it works. It doesn't have scratches for the duration that I've tested. But of course, with this EA monitor, there's definitely some drawbacks. First of all, the price tag is so expensive. My God, my wallet is so painful. 5,000 Chinese dollar is very expensive in my opinion. But after a lot of research and thinking, I finally purchased this brand, and it's nice, but the price is so and the screen size is actually not big enough. You see, the one that's next behind it is actually my desktop screen, and it is already a lot bigger than this screen right here. But I think this screen is also not very big enough. But I usually work with screens that are a lot more bigger than this, and this is a problem because if I will show you later on, like for programmer, we have a lot of different pop-ups and whatever, and you need a bigger screen size than this. If they have bigger screen size, I will really consider buying that again, because this one is way too small. Okay, I exaggerate a little bit. It's not way too small. It's usable because I'm using it, obviously, but it still will be much better if it's just like the one behind this. If it's big like the one behind it, already much better. So also you need to do a lot of minor adjustments, like you see that I do when I play the video and something like that. I need to change up a lot of things, and this like learning curve and something like that is a problem, but you will learn to use it, but nonetheless a little bit problematic. Overall it's pretty nice. Okay, so about the touch monitor itself, so this one, the selling point of this one is actually the touch monitor. So I think it's okay. I don't use this quite frequently, but because I bought the one and the price is similar, so I think touch is very nice. But if yeah, so touch monitor, not maybe it's very nice for some people, but I found that it work. This need configuration for the touch to work. If you have dual monitor, sometimes it will touch and move another monitor. For Linux, I found a way to move it. It's using some command, but for Windows, maybe you need to find another ways to move this screen, this touchy thing. Yeah. But if you have a computer in a stick, this like if you have a monitor, computer that is very small, like a USB size and something like that, and then you plug it in with this monitor, then theoretically you can bring it to bring it elsewhere and just use this monitor for your work, which will be nice for some people, but it's not for me because I use this in an office work. Yeah, so Dasung monitor for programming. So yeah, this is very nice for programming because we need to look at monitor for ages, so it's better to look at this than to look at the ones behind it, the actual laptop monitor. You know what I mean? And the high enough refresh rate is actually viable to normal day programming works. Also, plug and play, no need software. Some company will don't want you to install software, so the one from Dasung especially, I don't want to install it in my company office. But if I only plug it in the computer, there are lots more soft about it. They're okay, you can plug it in, whatever. So, so because it can plug and play, is much nicer. Also, for HDMI DP, it's very nice. Yep. And but the bad is the price tag. I use it for programming, so actually I need to use my income, my programming income, to support this monitor. And the price tag is, oh my god. But yeah. So, and also, if you cannot see the highlight syntax, it's actually a big no-no for some people. Because highlight syntax, like the red, the blue, and something like that, will be missing when you are using this type of monitor. I already adapted to it, so it's not a big problem for me, but for many people, it's a big problem. And also, the screen just too small. Again, maybe it's for Paperlike HD is better. This one is the Pro one, so the resolution is worse. So maybe the screen, I don't know, but from my experience, I think that the screen need to be bigger. But this one is very important. If you have multiple monitor, this works, but the background white text problem become a big problem. So what I mean is that let me change. Let me show you the last one. If you do any design work, like you need to CSS or you need Adobe drawing or something like that, you need to switch back to the normal monitor. That's the way it works because it's only black and white, Pretty much if you want to work with color, you need to change back to normal monitor. But let me show you a little bit of demo I have in things here. Okay, so this is a Visual Studio Code. Like for example, I'm making changes to an HTML file. You can see very responsive. You can listen to enter sound, enter, responsive, and also you can see the problem here. There is no highlight syntax. Normally they would be blue and something like that, but yeah, something like that, pretty nice. And also the screen size problem is shown here. If you have something like normally here we use like Eclipse or Android Studio, there is something here, something down here, something up here, then ultimately the place that you can code will become only here, which is way smaller than normally a code way bigger than that. And sometimes I want to enlarge the code to make it more clear for what I can see, because it's only black and white. I need to see more clearly. So yeah, some problem here or there, but it's much nicer to stare. If I have a bug here, like for example, I just delete this and I have bug, I can zoom very close to it and start to debug, and no problem because it is not very damaging to my eyes to look very closely to this kind of things. So I can do something like that, and it's very nice. Yeah, if I use a normal monitor, I can't do that because it will shine through my eyes. And but I talk about the problem with the blackness. Okay, so now I'm changing the theme to a dark theme. Okay, so first of all, you need to change it back to the one that you can see. Okay, so now you can see the text now, but the problem right here, because you need to scroll, and when you scroll, you see the shadowing is just too high. You see, shadowing here, it's basically unusable. You're so much distraction. So basically what I do, but if you're using multiple monitor, your other monitor need to be black and white, because if it's white and black, it will be very damaging to your eyes, So one monitor need to be black and white, one monitor, this monitor need to be white background, black text, and your normal monitor need to be black monitor, white text. So it will be very confusing. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, because I normally want multiple screen for programming. But for now, what I will do is I'll just use multiple editor. Like Visual Code is dedicated for this kind of monitor, and I always set it to light mode. So I'll make sure that yeah, it is good enough for me. Yeah, it's good enough for okay. One button. Okay, this one is good enough for the for my eyes. But nevertheless, let's jump back to the things here. Okay, so you see some demos here or there. Let's clear the screen by using this button. They will teach you how to do it if you buy this monitor, so I won't cover those, like the buttons and so on and so forth. Okay, where am I? Yeah, so I have to do a demo for the monitor thing. Yeah, so is that okay? Yeah, I think this is all covered. Let's move on. So how do I know about this product? I just do some Google, I just do some Google search and I found it. But I found another product called Onyx Book, something like that. And the reason why I buy this product instead of the Onyx Book is not because I bought it and found it's bad, because I just look at the review for this one, and this one have much worse review than this Dasung monitor for the purpose of monitoring, using it as monitor. So yeah, so I buy this one instead of that one, just based on the review. But if you have if you're curious, you can search the Onyx Book Max or something like that too. Yeah, maybe it will serve your purpose. But I think this one is nice. So the people in the office react to this is think that this is amazing, but some people still think that the refresh rate problem is much larger than what I think it is. And also they usually just want this price tag to be a little bit lower. And how do I buy this? I use Taobao because I'm close to China and I got access to Taobao delivery. But using this method means that I need to know some Chinese in order to read the instruction and something like that. But nonetheless, you can use some method, some else method. I think like Indiegogo or something like that to buy this monitor. Yeah, but maybe you can't buy this model right now. Yeah, you should try at least. Maybe when you watch this video, you can buy a much better monitor. I don't know. This is the future me editing this video here. This is my finger. This is also my finger. And let me finish the video. So about this point, do I regret this purchase? It's definitely not. Although from my income I can barely afford this, but actually I really rather have this than my smartphone upgrade of any sort. So it's basically like a high-end, mid-tier, not mid-tier, high-end smartphone price for this Dasung monitor. So basically is I just skip and upgrade to my smartphone and keep using my old one and buy this monitor. Yeah, that's how I manage my finance. But yeah, I don't really regret this purchase. It's absolutely phenomenal to use this monitor. And will I recommend this monitor to people, and who do I recommend? So actually, if you have money to spare and you watch monitor for a long period of time, whether for office work or entertainment, entertainment not so much. If you watch YouTube video, you you can't use Dasung monitor. But if you do a lot of office work or your entertainment based on paper, like based on document or whatever, then or you need to write thesis and you can afford it. This is the main point. This is very expensive, but if you can afford it, and yeah, and the above criteria met, then I will recommend this monitor to you, this franchise to you. You can choose from this franchise whichever monitor you want, because they have a lot of different model. I don't know. So this is it for me today, and hopefully you enjoy this video. If you have any comments, you can comment down below. I will try to come around and answer them when I'm free. And yep, that's it. Hope you enjoy and have a good one. Bye.